Welcome if this is the first time on the channel. Today we are talking Kendrick Lamar and how his last two projects are the worst two projects that he has ever put out, and nobody wants to be honest about this. I get it. Kendrick Lamar is a fan favorite. Y'all like Kendrick Lamar. I like Kendrick Lamar. But I have to be honest. I'm not going to lie and say his newest project, since he took that big layoff for 5 years, has been as good as the projects before he took the layoff. Make sure you subscribe if this is your first time here too, and check out the other content. We reviewed Kendrick Lamar album. We also compared GNX to Might Delete Later by J. Cole. Now, this is what I'm talking about when I say people don't want to be honest. Before Kendrick Lamar took his break, which was in 2018, it was the Black Panther album, which had a bunch of people on it. It had some great songs on it. When you look at that album, the biggest song that came off of that album was All the Stars with him and SZA. That's their best record they have together. That's their biggest record they have together. This was in 2018. 2017, he dropped Damn, which was, I believe, his highest selling project. And it was a great project. But this is where I first noticed people are biased when it comes to Kendrick Lamar. All before this, I was with everybody with saying Kendrick Lamar is great. He is top tier. And I still believe that. But what I noticed with Damn let me go, oh my God. And what I'm talking about on Damn is a record called Humble. This record has a chorus on it that is horrible. Forget being humbled. He was horrible when it came to this chorus, but everybody was acting like this was a great song. And I love this album, from DNA to Element, Loyalty, Love, Fear, Duckworth, God. You know, he got stuff on his album that I really love. But Humble was horrible. The chorus, sit down, be humble, sit down, be humble. No, 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 no. That course was god awful. But people act like it was great. And that was my first inkling that people won't be honest with Kendrick Lamar. So then he came with the Black Panther project and he took a break. Since he came back, the first thing he came back with was Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers in 2022. This is, in my opinion, his worst project ever. It was a super letdown. Kendrick Lamar has been off for 4 years, really 5 since his last album, and he comes back and gives us Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. When you listen to this record, now that time has passed, you will realize this too is god awful. It's literally nothing to bring you to this too. Count Me Out is decent. Silent Hill is good, but that's mostly because of Kodak Black. The chorus on Silent Hill is not good. Kendrick really struggled with putting together top tier courses. Alright, so this too is pretty bad. But then this one has about 4 songs on it. You got N95, Die Hard, Father Time, Rich Spirit. That's it. That's what you take from this one. So he put out a album and people could get maybe 5, 6 records from the album, tops. And then he takes 2 more years off, comes back with the beef, right? Because he started a beef. It ain't nobody started a beef with him. And no. Kendrick started a beef and it got his name super hot again. So everybody's waiting on GNX. Everybody's waiting on it. When is it gonna come? When is it gonna come? Well, GNX came and maybe he come with another album or a deluxe album before the Super Bowl. And maybe that's great. I hope that it is great. I love listening to great music. But GNX is not a great album. People want to act like this a great album just because it's Kendrick Lamar. He start with Whacked Out Mirrors, give a great intro, and then he misses with Squabble Up. That's a complete miss, and people are still trying to gas it and force it down people's throat. Squabble Up is a complete miss. I like Luther, and then TV Off is the one universal song that a lot of people will take from this album. So he comes back, drops a subpar album with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, gets all of this attention for starting a beef, and then drops GNX. Another cool album. And you know what? I'm going to tell you another time where I recognized, man, they just can't be honest with Kendrick Lamar. Doing the Drake and Kendrick Lamar's beef. I get it, people don't like Drake. But Meet the Grams is the most overrated diss track in history. Literally, it's a guy. I watch battle rap. He chose to discuss different parts of Drake's family and talk to different people in Drake's family. That ain't super new or impressive. I said, okay, I get the angle. He makes up an entire story about Drake having another child. People ain't said nothing about that. They just said, okay, cool. We rocking with you. It's Kendrick. Just come up with a whole new scenario and put another child on Drake. Just completely lying. Drake did that too in the battle, by the way. Both of them was lying. But I can say both of them was lying. People won't even admit that. No. Anything Kendrick say, the truth. He just keep it real. It's like, no. He was lying and Drake was lying. Both of them lying, trying to win a battle. But that record was not it to me. It's like, how do y'all think it's people talking on the internet? It's so menacing. I'm like, golly, they never watched battle rap at all? Like, ain't nothing menacing about it. He chose an angle, lied during the angle, and while he rapped this angle, he had no bars and no witty lines. That's what really did it. Usually, Kendrick raps, and this is what I noticed with his raps, and it really stand out since he came back. When he raps, he changes his voice, he changes his flow, and then he might have a couple witty lines in the rap, but usually it's on content with something, and then he's just rapping the words and making them rhyme, and he's changing those three things and adding witty lines in it. It's not like he has a lot of bars. That's what I noticed, really. Kendrick don't have like a lot of bars back to back and back. No. He is a guy, he's a long, thought out rap scheme type of guy. So I had to make this video because nobody will be honest. And Kendrick Lamar is struggling with making songs. See, in the earlier years, after Overly Dedicated and Section 80, he had a lot of people around him to put that Good Kid, Mad City project together. He had a lot of people around him for To Pimp a Butterfly. Not saying they're rapping for him or writing his verses, but he needs help. Nobody wants to admit this. I don't want Kendrick to completely fall off, but I think that will happen because he really struggles when it comes to making hooks. He really struggles on his bridges. These are areas that really help make a song. It's not just the rapping. And he need to step his rapping up. It's like the whole nine. I get it. He made some hot diss records. But at some point, you're going to have to make something on your album that really move the people. As always, if this your first time here, make sure you sub to the channel. Check out the other content. Click that like button. Y'all be easy. Be safe. Peace.